In this quick tutorial, we'll show you how to calculate the Pearson correlation coefficient in SPSS and how to interpret the results. Pearson's correlation measures the strength and direction of a linear relationship between two continuous variables. In this tutorial, we're going to use a hypothetical data set of students' SAT scores and their psychology exam scores. We want to see whether there's a correlation between these two variables. Let's find out using Pearson's correlation. It can be helpful to visualize the data with a scatter plot before we perform our analysis. To do this in SPSS, we go to Graphs, then Scatter/Dot. In the Scatter Dot dialog box, we select Simple Scatter and click Define. We move our independent or predictor variable to the X-axis box. In our case, this is SAT scores. Then we move our dependent or outcome variable to the Y-axis box. In our case, this is psychology exam scores. If there are no clear independent or dependent variables, it doesn't matter which axis you assign each variable to. Once we select OK, SPSS will generate our scatter plot. A Pearson correlation is appropriate only if there is a linear relationship between two variables. If the points on the graph generally follow a line from the bottom left to the top right of the chart, as we see in our example, this indicates a positive linear relationship. If they generally follow a line from the top left to the bottom right, as in this example, this indicates a negative linear relationship. Since our scatter plot shows a linear relationship between the two variables, we can now perform Pearson's correlation in SPSS. To do this, we go to Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate. In the Bivariate Correlations dialog box, we want to move our two variables to the variables box on the right. We need to make sure that Pearson is checked under correlation coefficients. We also want to have the flag significant correlations box checked. Once we click OK, the SPSS output viewer will open with our results. There are two key things to look at here. First, Pearson's correlation, or Pearson's R, tells us the strength and direction of the correlation. In our example, R equals 0.810, which indicates a strong positive correlation between SAT scores and psychology exam scores. Pearson's R ranges from +1, a perfect positive correlation, to -1, a perfect negative correlation. 0 means no linear relationship. We've put a guide on screen to help you interpret Pearson's R for your own study. The second thing we want to look at is the significance level. We find this in the sig two-tailed row. In our example, this is less than 0.001, which is statistically significant at the standard alpha levels of 0.05 and 0.01. The footnote in the SPSS table confirms this. So, based on our hypothetical data, there is a strong, statistically significant positive correlation between SAT scores and psychology exam scores. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching.